I honestly don't know where to begin, but we need to talk. I'm dead serious. We need to talk. Yes, you know, the last 3 videos on this channel, Reubsta's second channel, have been a bit wild, haven't they? They've been privated or unlisted. It's for a very good reason. Anyways, let's get to the point. You've seen on the news recently, there's obviously been some rather horrific events that have taken place. Like, we had the shooting of Charlie Kirk, and there was an LDS chapel in Michigan that was set alight, and there was church members murdered there. Very sad. And there was a synagogue attack in Manchester on a very important day for the Jews as well, which was supposed to be a happy day for them, and unfortunately people were killed in that. And my heart goes out to all who are affected by these events, and especially to all the families involved that have lost fathers and husbands and so forth. And I was watching General Conference over the weekend, and it was a talk by Gary Stevenson, one of the apostles, reiterating our dear prophet that passed away, President Nelson's, call for peacemakers. And yeah, somehow I feel the content on this channel hasn't really met the requirements, so I'm gonna try and be careful not to step over that level. But if I feel the need to show you stuff that's out of hand when I'm out and about, I will obviously still film it, but not try to engage with any of those participating in acts, or whether it's protests or dangerous behaviour out on the railways or whatever. I'm just going to try and keep it secretive. I'll film it where possible. And yeah, and another thing, we shan't be engaging in any political stuff if we spot it out and about, because following what happened to Charlie Kirk and that chapel in Michigan and the synagogue in Manchester, I really want to not risk putting myself in danger, because at the end of the day I would rather live and not be killed, because I know a lot of my family and many of my friends everywhere, including those of you who watch my YouTube videos on whichever one of my channels I post on, except for those rotten nasty trolls, would be very sad to see me dead. And also, finally, one last message to those bullies out there, those trolls. You know full well who you are. I haven't got time for your stupid insults and such, and you shouldn't be posting stuff like, oh, you don't have a wife, that's why you're like that, or your family really hates you, or you're so dumb because you don't know what you're talking about. Seriously, grow up. I haven't got time for your behaviour, and I don't consider it Christ-like and peacemaking at all. I have my reasons for saying what I say. And I'm filming this video on October 7th, 2025. It marks 2 years since a dreadful event took place in Israel, and my heart goes out to all who were involved in that tragic event. And I want to say to those of you who have been laughing and mocking Jews about it, shame on you. That is not the way you should be behaving at all. And that is certainly not what a peacemaker would do. And you shouldn't be hiding behind protesters calling for the oppressed state of Palestine to live in peace. I mean, if there is a country called Palestine, that and Israel, I reckon it is possible for the both of you to be able to live in peace, and you certainly can't if all that violence and war and all that is going to continue going on. However soon that will end, I really don't know. Only time will tell. And I will say this. I welcome everyone in my life, regardless of their religion or race or gender or sex and all that, as long as you don't do anything that causes alarm or distress to one another, or anything that's bad to one another. And finally, everyone here is very welcome to check out my main channel, Reubsta Trains and Travels, and just remember, as always, hate will not be tolerated there. I will remove anyone I'll block anyone who's nasty to me, or anyone else. So think before you write comments. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this boring video. Please leave comments and likes should you feel the need to, and do not leave anything nasty in the comments below. And finally, please be nice to everyone, and I know not everybody who watches this is of my faith, but I always say, just think what Jesus would do and how he treat people. If it's something that's not Christ-like, don't even bother to say it at all. And treat everyone with love and kindness. We need most of that in this world where lots of terrible things go on. It's the only way to overcome evil. Anyways, goodbye everyone.